everyone, I'm Jessica with JC Creative, and if this is your first time here, I would like to welcome you. If you are a DIY person who loves to make your own things, anything from apparel to home decor, we have a little bit of everything for everyone. So I would encourage you to click the button below and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new video. Okay guys, I'm so excited to be back on the channel. I've had such a long break, it feels like it's been forever. With us opening our new shop, it has just been crazy, and then Christmas was nutty. So want to get back to posting new videos. It's one of my goals for 2022. So we're going to kick off the year with a little Valentine's Day project. And today we are going to be working on this adorable heart door hanger. We recently added a laser to our shop, so we have the ability to cut blanks and just do so many more projects. So this is what we're going to work on today. It's approximately 18 inches tall. It is a painted wood door hanger. It is personalized, so we'll be personalizing these for all the folks who are going to come to our in-person class here in our shop in Cincinnati, Ohio. But also, if you order this kit online, you will just choose your letter and your kit will come with a plain heart, all etched with the lines that you're going to see in the next section of the video, along with your letter that is, peels and sticks on after you paint it when you're done. So you can, one, if you're a laser person, you can buy the file and do this yourself. Two, if you're not a laser person but want to make this project with us and you're not in Cincinnati, you can buy a kit that we'll ship to you with your all of the wood pieces that you need plain and ready to decorate. And three, if you are in Cincinnati, you can jump on our website, you can sign up for a class, and you can come meet and paint with us in person. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so today we are going to work on this monogrammed heart door hanger. So you can order the blank, and it comes completely cut and marked for a painting, along with whichever letter you pick for your monogram. All of our markings are already here for us to paint onto. We've got holes to put our hanger and our ribbon. It is about, what is this, 18 inches tall, I think? Yep, roughly 18 inches tall when hung. So it's a good size little door hanger. So for supplies, I have my kit. I have 4 paint colors. I am going to use a red, white, black, and teal for my colors. I have an assortment of brushes, a few paint markers. I have some ribbon that I'm going to use on my bow a little bit later, and a couple of zip ties, some scissors, and some glue for putting my monogram on my board. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to paint my board completely white. And I know what I did forget? I forgot my paper plate. I need a paper plate. All right. I normally use egg cartons, but I'm at the shop and I don't have any egg cartons handy. So I'm going to start with white, and I think I'm going to paint everything white first. Oh, and I always have baby wipes too. That's something I keep on hand. I am going to use my foam brush with my white to give this a nice good coat of white. And you'll see all of it's kind of like paint by number. It's really, really cool. All of your laser marks will still stay where you can see them, but your areas are getting painted. And as you fill in with darker colors, you won't even see these lines anymore. So we're just going to give it a good old coat of white. I do have my heat gun to kind of speed up the drying process if needed. These happen to be Anita's paints from Hobby Lobby, but honestly, any acrylic paint will work. You just pick the one that is your favorite. I don't really have a favorite, I wouldn't say. I think they're all pretty similar. I know some people are pretty loyal to certain brands they like. I like whatever's on sale. And I'm doing the white first because on these outer stripes along this outer edge, I want to make sure that's really covered good because I don't want to do another coat. It's going to be striped black and white. So I feel like it's easier just to cover this whole design in the white first because that is the most intricate of the painting. I think that and these white circles, which we'll see how we do with those. I'm trying to keep most of this in our shot. This isn't my typical cover brush, but I can't find the big one I like. Half my stuff is at home, half my stuff is here at the shop, so I go back and forth a lot. And in that translation, my supplies get lost. I should have prepared better for my tutorial, but I didn't know I was recording this until about a half hour ago. I decided let's just cut this and get it painted. This is on my calendar for one of my in-person classes here in Cincinnati that we have at our shop. And I want to hang one out in the showroom on our calendar board. So sponge brushes are cheap, but you get what you pay for. They kind of, the way they coat isn't the best always, but it gets the job done. One great thing about acrylic paint, and it does dry super, super fast. Just touch up where my thumb has been. But I am going to hit this with my heat gun. Do that. Spread that a little bit just to speed up the process of it. If you are using a heat gun, be careful. It gets really, really hot. You can bubble up and burn your paint even. So don't want to do that. So just make sure you're moving it along, not leaving it in one spot. You just want to make sure any paint that is, when the laser puts the pattern on there, it burns it into the wood. So there is a crevice that paint could sit in. And you just want to make sure that's all dry before moving to your next step, or you will have colors mixing with each other. Okay, so we got our base painted white. So my center heart is going to be red. And there's not I don't know. I think this is the best way to get this done here. So I'm going to, I need another brush. Excuse me. And this is just, what is this red? Glossy red. Glossy rojo red. I'm going to use kind of a wide brush to go in here. I don't want to use the foam brush because I don't get as much control with a foam brush. And I want to have control when I'm outlining these here. I am not going to try to go around all these circles and paint around them and keep them white, but I am going to come back in and I will put white over it. The little circles are going to be white. The big circles are going to be teal. And I'm just using this outer corner, the outer corner of this brush. First I touch kind of in the center to
get some of my paint off, but I do want some paint on there, and I just kind of ride it along that edge to get a nice crisp line of paint there. And I'll probably have to do 2 coats of red to get the color I really, really want, which is a nice deep red. Red's hard to get good coverage. Don't be afraid to put paint on your brush. When it starts not flowing real smooth, put more paint on there. And I am sure there are people out there with all kinds of tips and tricks that I do not know. Painting has never been my thing. I took classes in art school because as part of your degree, you got to be a well-rounded student, take all kinds of stuff. But I wouldn't say that painting was ever my specialty. But to me, it's no different than coloring or markering or drawing or whatever. It just takes time and practice. The more you practice, the better you get. Some people say, I can't draw a straight line. Well, you don't need to draw a straight line. The lines are on here for you. I drew them for you. All you got to do is follow the lines. And that, my friends, is a lot easier than hand drawing them. I'm not sure what this would look like if I had to hand draw it. I mean, I do some hand drawing, but I'm a graphic designer, so my specialty is on the computer, drawing these things up in Illustrator and then using fancy tools to cut them out. So this template, if you have your own laser, this template will be available on our website. If you don't have your laser and want to buy the blank will be on the website as well. And you'll get, when you order, you'll tell me what letter you want to go with your heart. And I'm debating putting some kits together that would include your paint and everything, but I'm not sure if people prefer just to go pick out their own paint or if they really want to really mimic exactly what we're doing here in the shop today. So what I may do is just finish cutting in with my little brush, just like you would on a wall at home. And I may come back in with a bigger brush and fill this middle all in, just for time's sake. As long as I get my edges the way I want them. Hope everyone had a nice Christmas and holiday. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment and tell me what your favorite gift was you got this Christmas. Anyone get anything good? Anything fun? I got it's called To Hunt a Killer, and it is we watch these murder shows all the time, probably more than we should, but it's a kit, and it's a fake case that you get to work, and there's evidence, there's this online community, and there's all this cool stuff, and I've been asking about it for 2 years, and finally my hubby ordered it for me. It is a subscription, and then each month you get more clues or whatever, and it takes about 6 months to solve the mystery, I guess, if you're good. So it's a good little, you can have couples over, do a date night thing. We haven't started yet. I mean, I dug into the box and looked at the stuff, and it's all pretty authentic looking. So I am excited to do that. We are redoing our kids' bedrooms, and we're splitting them up from one big room to two small rooms, and then we'll have a room that'll actually be like a little office slash guest room. So we're hoping to put a little table in there to be able to do puzzles and stuff on. But what I hope is it'll be we'll be able to open that setup, and because you have to like leave your evidence, while you're working the case. And so I'm hoping once we get all the rooms settled, we'll be able to have us a date night and start our murder mystery stuff. The other amazing gift I got was my car is going to be detailed. My car is filthy, y'all. I'm not even kidding. I have got 3 boys. One is an adult, so he doesn't mess up my car anymore. He did when he was younger, but I've got 2 smaller ones. They're 12 and one's almost 10. It'll be 10 on Monday. And my car is filthy. The dogs are in it. The kids are in it. We use it for any big trips or anytime we need to put lots of people in. And so on the 17th, my husband's going to take my car and get it pretty. And then I'm not going to let anybody in it. That's what I say anyways, but hopefully be able to keep it clean. It ain't been cleaned in a while. All right, so I'm going to hit this with a dryer real quick and then do another coat of red to get it nice and covered, nice and thick. My heat gun is it's like an industrial one. They make this cute little quiet one that I've seen, but I probably should get it if I'm doing tutorials, but my sturdy old Wagner here does the job. I use this for my tumblers too sometimes, so. All right, that's good enough. We'll go in here. I shouldn't have to cut in again because I did a really good job the first time. So I should just be able to get close enough with the edge of this foam brush to. I don't want to see any of the white kind of peeking through. And it's hard to see on camera, but it's thin, that first coat. And I want it good. I've learned the key to painting is take your time. I try to rush through things sometimes and they don't turn out. But the good thing is if you mess up, you just paint over it. Or if it's a small detail, baby wipes normally will wipe it off and rescue whatever you messed up. Painting is a little more time consuming than some of my other crafts that I do, but I do feel it's super therapeutic. It's great for parties and classes. And here in Cincinnati at our shop, that's one thing that we moved into a bigger shop in June that had a classroom. So that's the biggest reason we wanted the bigger space, because we want to be able to teach people how to do things. I learned most of what I do by watching others, and I'm a hands-on learner. I like to physically see it being done. That's why I love YouTube so much. I have a degree from the YouTube University in many things. And there's so much knowledge out there, but some people really just they don't want to sit in front of a TV. They want to come and learn. And COVID closed up most of any places around here that did classes. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, I don't think any of them have brought them back yet. Virtual stuff. So we have a little classroom that our ladies like to come to, and we do crafts here, and painting is a great one. We'll be trying to come up with different ideas that folks will like to come and do. I may even put a quick third coat on this guy. Red is hard. I just see a couple spots. It's not covering as well, so dry this one real quick with another thin coat. Good enough. And I'm not a big Valentine's person. It's become so commercialized. I'm more tell people you love them every day kind of person. But any opportunity you get to say I love you or make someone feel special, you should take it. So some people need a day to be reminded of telling the ones they're with how much they mean and matter to them. So if I can make something that makes someone else's day a little better, I am all about that. It's just to get snow here today. My sister is in Virginia and they got like 12 inches the other day. She's been out power like 60 hours. I feel so bad for her. Just drying clothes by the fireplace, trying to keep food cold outside. It is ridiculous out that way. So any of you peeps in Virginia, stay warm. We're getting snow today here in Cincinnati, but they're saying less than an inch. We'll see if they're right. Now, if I ever had, pick a different career, I think being a weather person would be great. You only have to be right like 30% of the time. And our weather's crazy in Cincinnati. One day it's 60, the next day it's 30. I always say, if you don't like the weather in Cincinnati, wait 10 minutes, it'll change. I wonder if it's like that in other places, like I've lived all of my life here in Cincinnati and been in the Midwest and I've traveled, some, but not as much as I'd like. One day. I did have some friends from St. Louis tell me I talk funny. They say I have an Ohio accent. I'm like, what the heck is an Ohio accent? Apparently, I got one. I say my O's wrong. Or not wrong, different. That's what they said. We'll see. All right. I think 3 coats is going to have to do it. So, dry that real quick. I do not want red mixing with my pretty teal. And I'm about to put in these big circles. Good enough for me. And be careful if you're using a heat gun, y'all. Those things get hot. All right, I'll move these foam brushes out of my way. I don't need them. They're blocking my plate. And I might need a couple coats of this teal too. This is light turquoise from Anita's All-Purpose Crafts. You know what I don't have is a water rinser. Need some water. There we go. Get that red brush in there. Get that rinsed out. I do not wash out foam brushes, you guys. Not in my mix cup. I will take them after we're done here and I'll kind of wash them out. And then normally I write on the handles the color I use and I'll try to get a few uses out of them. But I feel like I never can get them clean again. So that's why. They hold so much paint that it's just a mess trying to get them to be clean. Okay. I want to use the same brush again. That's why I did that. Okay, and I normally typically start in the center and work my way out. It's less chance of me being a messy painter and putting my big old arm in it. And I'm just tracing this line that, actually this is covering really well. May not need dew coats. We'll see when it dries though. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm probably going to come back in with some black and do some outlines on these things. So just to spice it up a bit, give it a little character. The outlines make a piece. Just saying. Take a picture of your piece before you add any accents and outlines, and then take a picture after, and it is an amazing difference. Now, I haven't posted a tutorial on YouTube in forever, so my goal this year is to get way more up. I'm just not sure what people want to see and what they want to learn. I've got lots of Tumblr videos that I used to do, but I'm doing so many different things now that it's hard. So I thought, well, maybe if I do a tutorial of all of the things all of the classes we have here, then at least I would have a video for the folks who are buying the kits to take the class in person, the folks who are buying kits to take the class, do the class at home. And then I can just send you the video when you buy a kit. There are things you guys really want to learn and see done. You know, I mean, I do so many things. So we can do stuff like this. We can paint. Clearly, I do epoxy tumblers. I do sublimation tumblers. Anything sublimation, really. We just added the laser to our arsenal this past fall. So there's stuff we can do with the laser and tutorials on that kind of stuff. You guys will see me flipping and turning this thing all over the place when I paint. I get a better line when I am pulling towards me, which is why I will keep turning my board to make it easier to keep pulling towards myself. I'm trying not to put my hand in my other paint, which has been known to happen more than once. Hence, the baby wipes are always next to my desk. I love baby wipes. I go to Costco, I buy them by the case. I use them for everything. All right. If you don't know, this is my color. I love this color. Anything teal, Tiffany bluish. Just beautiful. Even when I was a kid. Teal and purple, two of my favorite colors. I wanted to get me a lowrider truck. And it was going to be teal and purple. It was going to be so cool. And teal and purple roller skates. Kids don't even know about roller skating. Friday night thing. Going to the roller rink. Just so satisfying painting. I don't know why. It's just something that just I like it. That's why they have all those adult coloring books and stuff, because there's just something great about making art. And what I'm wanting to do is make art easy. I should have got brought here with a little turntable. But that would have taken some pre-planning on my part, and I still trying to get in gear after the holidays. They were crazy. I don't know about you guys, but my holidays were nutty. We lost my father-in-law in October, and it was just, I don't know, we just had an off season from that point on. It was hard to, we were behind the eight ball the whole time. Business was good. We had lots of orders, lots of new folks. All that was good, but doing all that at the same time, and it hit right during our busy season. So I feel like we used our work to stay busy. Then when all the hustle and bustle is over, it's like, okay, what in the world did we just do? What happened? We finally had a chance to breathe and soak it all in, and just trying to get back in gear, I guess. And 2 of our 3 kids have birthdays during that time too, so it's like Christmas and birthdays. It's always chaos. We went back to doing shows this year locally because they were, COVID canceled all those last year. So we had to figure out all that stuff. It was totally different this year because we've got the new shop and trying to spread the word on this business we've got going on here. So if you are in Cincinnati, near Cincinnati, and you want to come check out a really cool little boutique, you should swing on by. I have, I think, 15 other artisans in here with me, so it's a nice little home for folks to sell other handmade items. We've got so much talent in this place, it's crazy. We've got jewelry makers, we've got sewers, embroiderers. We've got people that make soaps and bath bombs and local honey and cards. What else do we got? All kinds of woodworkers. We have one lady that paints these adorable little rocks. They're so cute. She does such a good job. And this place is pretty neat, if you ask me. And unique. There aren't many places where folks like us who love to make things but want to make a living at it can sell. You've got Etsy and online stuff, but some folks, they want to touch and feel and see, and they only get to do that most of the time during fall and Christmas time when there are craft shows. So I tell people we are like Etsy, but in your own backyard. It's like a craft show 365 days a year. Uh-oh. Going outside my line. Story of my life. Going outside the lines, folks. Going outside the lines. One more. And then I want to hit it all with a heat gun, and I'm going to go back and see it. And look, so there probably are some spots I want to put a little more paint. And then we'll do some trial and error on these little dots to see what's the best way to fill them in. All right, so here we go so far. Overall, not bad for one coat, but there are some spots I'd like to put a little bit more in. I'm not resting my hand this time around. I'm just trying to gently touch up so I'm not taking as much time on the second coat. If you do a good job cutting it on the first, you won't have to get so close on the second round. This is going to be really cute. Super, super cute. I saw a picture of one similar to this online. And I just loved it. So I drew up a pattern like it. Give it a go. Little guys down at the bottom. And one more. And that should be everybody. All right. Let's hit it with our gun. Here we go. All right, so next I want to fill in all the little circles that are around my big circles. And I'm going to try, I am not a big fan of paint markers, you guys. I can't seem to find any that I absolutely love or that are consistent or that don't make a freaking mess. So I've got a few different ones here. I'm going to try. All right, this one happens to be a Sharpie paint marker, fine point. So let's see. I'll tell you the coverage sucks. Y'all heard me shake it up, but we'll see here. Not horrible. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to do a test. Test out a few of these markers. You see that one circle got way too much paint in it because it came out like a freaking waterfall or something. All right, so that's the Sharpie, just okay. I'm gonna go grab another one, I think, in the other room. Let me grab it too. We'll try several of these. All right. Sorry about that. All right, so that was our Sharpie one. This is an Acrylico paint marker, which I get these on Amazon. Like I want to be a paint marker person. All right, so. Okay, definitely this one is way better coverage right out the gate than that Sharpie one. Okay, so that one's Acrylico. I definitely like it way better than the Sharpie one. Sorry, Sharpie. I use you for many other things, but this probably isn't it. Okay, then I have one that is this is actually a chalk marker. That's not going to work at all. Yeah, let's not do that one because it's not actual paint. I thought I had a Posca one. Yes, I do. Okay. So now this one, though, it's a different kind of tip. Definitely good coverage. It has a brush-like tip. So if you like, I guess, trying to decide what I like better. The other one is more like coloring, like marker coloring. And that's the acrylic one. And this Posca, now maybe Posca has different tips, I'm not sure, but this one I have is definitely more like painting. Which is okay. Back over these Sharpie ones because they're not white enough. They look pink. And I wouldn't say coverage is great with this Posca pen. And we are doing white on red, so that is hard. But you definitely have to do 2 coats using this Posca pen. Which, that's fine. We got a lot of dots to cover, though. I don't know how quickly it dries. So, like, if I go back over these spots I did, started our circle. So it dries pretty quick, just like our regular acrylic paint. Well, these are definitely, the Posca pens are more expensive than I would say the Acrylico are. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I could go either way. Let me do another one. This Acrylico one. I just feel like this Acrylico pen, I get immediate coverage. I don't have to be as careful because it has more like a marker tip to it versus a paintbrush. And I only have to do 1 coat. So, I don't know, time matters. But if I was trying to paint something more wispy, like if I wanted some wispy edges or something like that, some details, that maybe I didn't want this hard line, I may use the Posca pen. But for now, for this project, my Acrylico marker pen for the win. I want to do 1 coat. I want to get this bad boy done. Especially if I'm teaching a class with this. We only have 2 hours allotted to do all of our classes. So, whatever we can do to make it smooth process-wise. Yeah, I like the coverage better, for sure. You can see how bright that white is compared to that white. So, for consistency purposes, I'm going to go back in here. Well, I might dry it first because it's not quite dry underneath there. No, it's working. And if you ever, I don't know if you ever go to we have a little store on Amazon. It's not a store, but it's like a section, or basically our favorites, our shopping list. And you can go there and find any of the supplies that we like the best. I put there. Okay, just shake my pen up. I've had these a while. I've had these a while. All right. Oh. All of a sudden now I don't have ink coming out of my marker. Y'all, I tell you what. I do not have great luck. That's what I get for using old supplies. All right. Well, so the question now is Sharpie, which has a similar tip. I don't know. I just like this marker tip better than that wispy Posca pen. So let's give Sharpie another chance here. See if it can redeem itself. The paint isn't as thick on the Sharpie pen, and that's the issue. Or it comes out super heavy on one and not as heavy on the others. But I still prefer this over the that weird edged Posca pen. How thick that one came out. It like pours out sometimes, and I'm sure that can make a mess. I think you just have to be patient with this Sharpie pen. Like, don't go pushing it down a lot because it has a nice flow if you just wait for it. Like, don't get antsy and pump the marker because then it comes out too heavy. Hold on one second. Sorry, that was my UPS guy. All right, so now I'm starting in the middle and just circling around here. And I start in the middle just in case it happens to put a dollop of ink. I'll be able to just spread it around. I don't know. I kind of like this Sharpie one now that it's going. It's brand new, so maybe it just needed to get started here. You could do this with a paintbrush too if you don't have any paint markers. Probably will take a while though, won't lie. Painting small fine details takes more time. You'd want a small tidy brush. Or you find something that has a bottom that size, maybe, something like that, where you could dip in the paint and then dip on your board. But you can get paint markers at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, anywhere. $2-3. Save you lots of time and allows you to get some really good details on some of these. All right, 2 more. All right, now my dots are on. And there may be a couple that I go back and add a little bit. I can touch them up. Problem with that is then I'll end up redoing them all because gotta have them all look the same. But most covered pretty good. There was just a few that look a little lighter than others. But I think it's as the wood, soaks in a little bit. And we're covering red, so red is a hard color no matter what you're working in. T-shirts, anything. You put something on a red T-shirt, there's a good chance that red's going to bleed through. Paint's no different. But once you get a base coat, second coat's not too bad. And remember, these are hand painted items. They are not supposed to look like some machine put them together. So if you see a few brush strokes, it just lets them know this was painted by hand. Not in some factory somewhere. See what I end up freaking going back and doing on this own. Oh well. It'll look super pretty when it's done. Okay, so I am good with that. Now, the next color is our black, which we are going to do every other, basically striping around this border and I'm making my letter black. So and it doesn't matter where you start your stripe. Whatever section you start black, and you're just going every other section. And I may actually switch to a thinner, still square tipped, but it's smaller. It's more along the size of that stripe. I'd say it's a 1/4 inch wide or so. Maybe 3/8. I don't know. A little more than a 1/4. I don't know if that's how they do paintbrushes or not. I just go buy an enormous kit of brushes and be like, oh, I like that one. See, that's why I did the first coat white, because I felt like it was easier when I got to this stage and just add in the black over the white versus trying to stripe white and black together at the same, alternating colors. And you could do these edges with a paint marker too. If you're not a brush person, you could definitely use your paint markers to do this. If you want a thinner line, just turn your brush the other direction. All right, so when I cut my file, I didn't select all the stinking lines apparently, because I'm missing a few over here. So I just have to eyeball it I have all my stripes. And since my brush is about the right width, you'll never know. Well, y'all will know. But no one else should be able to tell that I screwed up. I'm going to work this way a little bit just to make sure I'm sizing things appropriately and not getting myself in a jam. Good enough for me. I use Lightburn as my software, but I have it set up where you have to select shapes in one cut. Somehow I must have not selected them all. Okay, so that's our board. Now, take a mental picture of our board because now we're going to go in and we're going to add some details. So, I'm going to get me pointy brush. And I'm just going to add some wispies. No rhyme or reason. Just kind of how I feel. They're just fun little wispies. Reflection marks or whatever the heck you want to call them. And then I am going to outline this. I am going to put a black line. Oh. Finishes that edge. You got markers? You can use this and use your markers to do this too. Then I get a better straight line when I pull towards myself. And this heart really could be, I mean, you could change these colors up. It could be pink and red. It could be purple and yellow. I just really like the teal and the red together. And anytime I can throw teal in the mix, I do. Keep your brush loaded. No paint on your brush. Trick to getting smooth lines. All right. So that is my finished heart. I'm going to just move it out of the way for a second or two. I'm going to move my little letters in here. These are going to get a quick coat of black. Now, if you order a kit, these actually, you won't have to glue them on. They will become tongue-tied. I will have double stick adhesive on the back. So they will be peel and stick to go on your board. So you wouldn't even need glue. Mine I'm going to glue on today. All right, this is stupid. Why am I using that brush? Give me my big one back. Much better. So I'm definitely not painting the back because it is going to go against the board. You're never going to see that. So no need to paint both sides. The edges of this wood happen to be burned black from the laser cutting, so you don't even have to paint the edges, which that's part of what I love about these laser cut blanks is you don't have to worry about the edges. Edges are a pain in the rear. All right, I'm going to show you a trick for painting little pieces. I need to tape though. Let's see. I need some tape. Who's got some tape? I need some tape. I'm going to take a piece of tape, stick it down on my paper. I'm just going to gently stick those bad boys on there. And it's just like masking tape or whatever, scotch tape, something. And that way, when I go to paint on them little pieces, they don't move on me. And they still might because that was a piece of tape hanging on the edge of the table. I don't know how much sticky it had left in it, but there we go. Now, so that was some heat. Oh, I see a spot I missed. Darn it. There are apparently a few spots in this. All right. All right. Now, done with my tape. Bring this bad boy in here. It's going to hang like this. So these two holes are your top. Okay. See how much of that I can get on the screen. So I'm going to want, and I always dry fit whatever I'm doing. I kind of want it at an angle, you know? And then this is like a little accent piece there. And then we'll have these three little heart doohickeys. How cute is that? Okay, so I'm going to hit this with a little Eileen's glue. You can use E6000. You can use super glue. I do not recommend hot glue if it's going on a front door. It just does not hold up, and the heat makes it melt. Apparently my Eileen's glue is clogged up here. What's going on? No, this place. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. Nope, definitely clogged up. All right. See if that cleared it up. And I got these little bottles at the Dollar Tree. Like, I had a whole bunch of them. They're perfect for classes because everyone can have their own bottle. Uh-oh. Go back to your spot so I can know where to put my in. All right. That's where I'm going. It doesn't want to come out. It doesn't like me today. Of course, any other day I'd have a needle or something sitting around here that I could use, but today, no, nothing. It's out of the bottle. Put it all in my hands. I am not afraid to get dirty, y'all. This is art. It's not messy. You're not doing it right. No idea. I can easily just go and get a whole nother bottle of glue, but no, that'd be too easy. I'm here and I'm committed. So this bottle is going to work. Now, I do not like ooze coming out from my stuff, so I am going to spread this out. Not completely. I'm going to leave it a little bit on there, but I don't want big blobs. And hence why this will be peel and stick for you guys, because I hate glue. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I mean, it serves its purpose, but it's messy. I don't like to deal with it. So normally my stuff is double-sided. How cute is that? One heart. Two heart. Three heart. Cute, cute, more cute. All right, so last step, we need a bow. I'm going to show you guys how I do bows, which I think is easy. Easiest way I've seen anyways. or I've came up with. All right. So, zip ties. I love zip ties. I'm going to take and I'm going to put a zip tie in here, up through the back. Try to. Up through the back, down through the front. And I'm going to lock it in. And I'm going to make it fairly snug. And I'm going to snip it off. All right. Now, I'm going to take a zip tie and I'm going to slide it through vertically. Okay? So hopefully you can see. Let me see. Get this closer here. What you're going to do, just lay your zip tie in like that. All right? Now, take some ribbon. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just do 24 of each color. We might need less, but this way I know I have enough or I have less than more. So I'm going to have my striped ribbon there. Let me get some teal, a little shimmery teal in here. I'm going to throw in a little red, I think. Should we do white too? Oh, let's just do it. A little stripe of white. Why not? Why not? All right. So, order I want them. I'm going to lay black. Fold it over like that. Fold it over like that. This is in the back, so I think I want that loop to be the biggest. Okay. All right, so there's color one. Let's go with red next. Maybe. Okay. Let's do teal. This is all wired ribbon for the record. Always works the best when making bows. All right, so my 4 pieces layered together here. I'm going to pinch them up. Pinch, 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 pinch. I'm going to gather them all into my hand here. I'm going to lay them over top of my zip tie. And I'm going to lock my zip tie. Okay? I did not pull it super tight yet because now I can start to form my bow and make sure everyone is kind of how I want them to be, you know? Make sure I don't need to pull or tug. And then once I get it where I really like it, then I'm going to pull it tight. Super tight. And I'm going to clip it off. Normally not with scissors. I have snips, but I don't even know where they're at. So now I really fluff my bow. You don't see the zip tie. How quick and cute was that? Then I go back in, and after I have my bow on there, that's when I cut all my tails, and I'll little cute little angles in there. Lots of people struggle with those. I try to make it easy. How cute is that? Okay, then I just need to add my tie, which you could slide a zip tie right under there. You can take an extra piece of ribbon. Let's say we do ribbon, since I just happen to have a crap load of white sitting here. I would just take my piece of ribbon up under that starter tie we made. I would tie a loop, tie a knot. I would trim these little extras off here. And now I have a cute bow and hanger. Well, that's it. Turned out super, super cute. I really, really like it. And I'm glad you guys joined me today. Subscribe if you want to see more tutorials. Jump over, join our Facebook group, like our page. And we will see you next time. Thanks.